I walked through the damp, foggy streets, my mind swirling. So much content, so many podcasts. How do I find the best? Then it hit me, like a big blue neon sign flashing through the mist. Blueberry. All I had to do was drop the E's and go to blueberry.com. Blueberry, the digital media interface for consumers, creators, and advertisers.
The following program is brought to you in living color.
Mr. Hogue, are you by any chance familiar with the legal concept of res judicata?
People, all going somewhere, all with their own thoughts, their own ideas, all with their own personalities.
Mixed in with the majority of good and decent people in the world, there is a substrata of humanity that is evil. They seem to live for one thing: the joy they get out of causing pain and suffering to those around them. Pious, church-going people who profess to follow the teachings of Jesus Christ. But Jesus never told his followers that it's permissible to lie, to cheat, to torment a person, as long as it only hurts someone you hate. These pretend Christians, this vast and great American Taliban of right-wing religio-fascists, they preach of religious freedom as long as it's their religion, their concept of right and wrong. They get to decide what's right for you and your family. The only thing that will stop the right wing from turning this nation into a theocratic plutocracy is if good people stand in their way. The only thing necessary for evil to succeed is for good people to do nothing. I choose to do something. My name is Bill Schmalfelt. I am the Liberal Grouch.
Pull the string. Dance to that which one is created for.
I think I can honestly say in my 60 and nearly 1/2 years of life, I have never seen someone as humiliated as W.J.J. Hogue III was today at the Howard County Circuit Courthouse. He was there for the appeal, the de novo appeal of the peace order that was denied to him without even a hearing, basically. He was all loaded for bear as he sat there and told the judge of the great evil caused by yours truly and the fact that I, from time to time, leave a comment on his blog. Now, there's nothing in the law that says I cannot comment on your blog. There's nothing. I mean, harassment is against the law, okay? If like, I'm marching up and down in front of your house with a megaphone and a bass drum, that's harassment. It's also disturbing the peace. If you have a blog with an open comment section, you cannot call it harassment if somebody leaves a comment. You just can't. But the truly hilarious thing, and the thing that humiliated Hogue so badly, is that we didn't even get that far. Hogue laid out his case, and the judge shut him down on the concept of res judicata. And now, lucky person, you are just in time for another episode of We find Hoagie-Man in his garage, fiddling with his ham radio. Ho, ho, ho. No, it is not radio made of ham. It is radio for amateur broadcasters. All of a sudden, into garage come rushing Hoagie's son.
Daddy, Bill Schmoffelto is just outside, and he says he has a big law for you.
What cares Hoagie Man for big law when I control?
Well, Daddy, look at it getting really, really big. I did not know your workbench could still do that.
Oh, son of mine, I believe. There are many things you do not know about
All right, Hogue, the jig's up.
Ah, you wrong about that. You got wrong ethnicity there, fat boy.
Okay, let's leave the lame jokes up to me. The fact of the matter is, Hoagie-Man, your appeal is not going to make its way through the Howard County Court today.
So, you say so, but I hear nothing.
Maybe you'll hear it when the judge says it.
I am judge of the court, and I bring with me Daddy, that's an awful big law what he got there.
Oh, son, his big law, no match for the power of
Your Honor.
Res Judicata, now work for law, because Hoagie-Man, not law. Only law is law.
Why do you turn against me, Res Judicata? I sell many t-shirts with your name on it.
Daddy, he's gonna crush you.
I command you, Res Judicata, to turn back into my workbench.
Hoisted on your own petard there, Hoagie-Man.
No! I cannot believe this is true! Can this be happening?
Indeed, it must. As learned to his own sadness. Too bad seppuku is not an acceptable remedy for this situation. Or else Schmurfelto would have the right
to demand it.
Who said it's not acceptable?
Oh, we do things different now. We no slit open belly just because we shame ourselves.
Well, he really did make a fool of himself. It seems to me the least he could do is, I don't know, maybe a little nick right below the belly button.
No, you see too many World War II war movies.
Well, as long as somebody cuts something, not you, Hoggy Jr. Oh, it was a sight to behold. And for the first time in over a week since my wife died, I had a good belly laugh this morning. Res Judicata. Have you ever seen... Well, the picture that I've posted with this podcast is of W.J.J. Hogue along with some dim blonde. And he's wearing one of his Hogue-wash Res Judicata t-shirts because he loves that term. He used that term to defeat me in what was it? It was the peace order. I had a motion before the court to modify his original peace order. Well, res judicata kept me from being able to do that. He who lives by res judicata must perish by res judicata. But now he's got his appeal. It's a de novo appeal up in Carroll County on August 7th. And I suppose I can hang around for that. You know, I'm planning to move back to the Midwest sometime in August, if possible. And the reason he's seeking an appeal is that the judge found that it's state law that if you're going to file a civil action against someone, it should be filed in the county where the defendant resides. It's the same argument Hogue just used successfully to get the Howard County Circuit Court to dismiss my lawsuit against him. It is going to be, how we say, très interessante to watch Hogue argue against a position he made himself with success. Would I mention something like that to the judge? Would I bring that to the judge's attention? The ram has touched the wall. That was the old-time Roman battle call. And what that meant was that you must surrender your weapons tender, and Caesar would let you live. But all that matters, the ram that batters, once it touches your walls, he won't forgive. The ram has touched the wall. And in the old days that meant towns would fall. But nowadays some guy who thinks he's Caesar, this wheezing geezer, who thinks he's smarter than all, up to his neck in shit, he don't know when to quit. The ram has touched the wall. The ram has touched the wall. The ram has touched the wall, and that must surely mean the end of all of our concerted efforts to negate all the filth and hate and to give up without a fight. Yet every pervert will feel the butt hurt when they see I've got them dead to rights. The ram has touched the wall, but the specific ram, he's got no balls. And all that he can do is sit and mumble and break and crumble, 'cause he's behind the 8 ball. He may not know it yet, but he will soon regret. The ram has touched the wall. The ram has touched the wall, but it is not the wall he thought would fall. The chowderhead who causes agitation to defamation, I'll see him soon here in court. This naughty whiner, a palatiner, better hope that I'm the forgiving sort. The ram has touched the wall. It turned out not to be a ram at all. Who would have guessed that stupid right-wing creeps would show up with sheep? In fact, the ram was a lamb, and you should hear them cry. Now that we've caught the lie, oh, the wall has touched the lamb, poor little sheepy. The wall, the wall, the wall, the wall, the wall has crushed the lamb.
Let me see if I can relate accurately the way things went down today. We got to the courthouse. I thought we were running late, but they want you there at 8:30 so that you can be there when the judge comes in at 9. And my God, was the courtroom packed today. They had a bunch of divorce cases and arraignments and sentencings and all kinds of stuff like that there to go through. And they finally got to me and Hogue. We took our seats, and Hogue proceeded to lay out his case. And by the time he got to the end of it, the judge said, I always admire people when they endeavor to represent themselves, but Mr. Hogue, are you familiar with the concept of res judicata? You should have seen the look on Hogue's face, his son's face, and this character who I believe to be Leroy Oddswatch, who's one of his many socks happens to be Roy Schmalfelt. What else? He's got some other name, some other Latin name he uses on a Hogue-wash. And I walked up to him as we were walking into the area to conduct the hearing, and I looked him right in the eye. I said, "Leroy," and he gave me this look that if looks could kill, I'd be with my wife right now. But while we were seated, I asked the judge if it would be appropriate to inquire into the identity of Hogue's friend, because he may be somebody involved with the case. And the judge said, well, let's wait and see if we get to that. Aaron Walker wasn't there, which is a good thing, because he would have probably wound up on the stand if we'd have gotten that far. We didn't get that far. Hogue sat there trying to explain the rules of the court to the judge. Well, if you look in the judge's handbook on page 2, it tells you how to deal with issues of venue. The judge was having none of it. And Hogue stuttered and stammered and wobbled and weaved and looked punch drunk. I honestly believe the man is having neurological problems. And by that I mean senility or Alzheimer's or something like that. Maybe his heart, his black, evil heart, is starting to give out on him. I don't know. Maybe he suffers from terminal butt hurt.
You voiced your concern, and I think I understand. yes, your butt hurt. You're really butt hurt. A little butt hurt, like a little babe with diaper rash. You kick and cry and scream because your butt hurt. You're truly butt hurt. Oh yes, your butt hurt. And your popping flesh is full of sand, and it just won't come clean because your butt hurt. Remember the old saying that the critics are the ones who cannot do. They get so tired of losing that they have to hate the winners, and then they're full of butt hurt, just like you. Well, your butt hurt. Oh man, you're really butt hurt. It's epic butt hurt, and no matter how much cream you use, your rear end always stains. Oh yeah, your butt hurt. Oh, it's epic butt hurt. Oh yeah, you're truly butt hurt. Ooh, butt hurt. Ooh, butt hurt. Oh yeah, you're really butt hurt. Oh yeah, you're really butt hurt. Oh, you're butt hurt.
Make the pain go away and put witch hazel on my butt hurt. How did things turn out this way? Please make the pain go away. Do you remember how I told you that I will always get my way? Well, it turns out I was mistaken. Hard to believe. Please make the pain go away. Make the pain go away and put witch hazel on my butt hurt. Who let things turn out this way? Please make the pain go away. I'm not sorry I deceived you. You just can't trust a thing I say. Keep reading hogwash and believe me, you morons, and make the pain go away. Make the pain go away and put witch hazel on my butt hurt. How did things turn out this way? Please make the pain go away. How did things turn out this way? Please make the pain go away. Or buy me one of those donut things to sit on.
You know, I'm truly sorry that the judge did not let the case proceed, because I had a bunch of questions for WJJ Hogue. But I believe I'll have a chance to ask those questions on August 7th, unless he gets shut down before then. But you know me, I hate to let paper go to waste. I'm not going to share the questions I had written because I may be able to use those later, but the judge asked Hogue what he writes about, what he blogs about. And he says, oh, things that I find interesting. Politics, astronomy. And that's when I got this ready, but I never got a chance to use it. For the month of June, as of the end of the day on June 23rd, Hogue had posted 165 posts on Hogewash. There were 2,259 total comments. Of those 165 posts, 29 of them were about me, which is 17.6%. Out of the 2,259 total comments for the month of June, ending on June 23rd, 1,405 were about me. 62.2% of the comments for the month of June were insults directed at me. Now, I had a testimony ready to go, and you know me, like I said, I hate to waste paper, so I believe I'll share that with you in just a moment.
If you want to stay up to date on what's going on with the Liberal Grouch, visit the home website for this program, www.liberalgrouch.blogspot.com. Hear recent episodes or search the archives. Share your comments. Give Bill a good talking to, if you should feel so moved. The Liberal Grouch Cast homepage, www.liberalgrouch.blogspot.com. And hit the tip jar to help pay for this freaking thing, you freaking deadbeats.
A hot summer breeze blows through my lace, linebacker body and a woman's face. I need you to understand that I never was a man. Doctor, won't you give heed, because a sex change is what I need. Let's start with the estrogen, because a sex change is what I need. A pretty face, to me it's just a start. I have nice boobs, but got no girly parts. You think I'm cute, and this is no disguise, but I think you'll run when you see my surprise. Doctor, won't you give heed, because a sex change is what I need. Let's start with the estrogen, because a sex change is what I need. I know you like me. You like me in back. Tell me, cowboy, what you think I like. You pinned me down, started to unzip. Clear of lust on your lip. Lift my skirt, reach in my thumb. There's something there and it don't belong. Doctor, won't you give heed, because a sex change is what I need.
Let's start with the estrogen, because a sex change is what I need.
Pull the string. Dance to that. Which one is created for?
The key is knowing which string to pull. Pull the wrong one, and the entire fabric of the universe will unravel. This is the liberal grouch.
Yes, it is a crazy old world, isn't it? I'm Bill Schmalfelt, the Liberal Grouch, and you're listening to the Liberal Grouch Cast. If you'd care to send a tweet at any time, I always love hearing from the peoples. My Twitter address is @TheGrouchCast. That's @TheGrouchCast. My goodness, are they grumbling about all this over at Hogwash right now? Let's see, there's 39. Let's see. Oh, he's added to his story. Let me read this to you. An ironic day in court. The Hogue versus Schmalfelt Howard County peace order petition was held before Judge Timothy McCrone this morning. Judge McCrone applied res judicata to the Carroll County District Court denial of the petition and dismissed the Howard County petition. The Carroll County appeal will be held on August 7th. Update. A couple of details about the morning. First, Brett Kimberlin accompanied Bill Schmalfelt to the hearing. How is that news? I am not allowed to drive. I do not have a driver's license. Brett Kimberlin is my friend. He offers to take me to these court cases. So? Second, the cabin boy asked the judge if he could ask the name of someone sitting in the courtroom. Apparently, Schmalfelt felt the person was someone connected with the case. The judge deferred ruling on the cabin boy's request, and the matter never came up again. Isn't he cute? He's so cute, this Hogue fellow. He knows who it was. It was the person who posts as any number of socks on his website, most notably as Roy Schmalfelt, my cousin. I know this for a fact because I've seen him before in court, and I've seen him as Roy Schmalfelt write about things that one would have had to have been in court to see. Update number 2. For those who are confused about what has happened, here's a timeline of the case so far. 1. May. Peace order petition filed in Carroll County. Ex parte hearing before Judge Ellinghouse Jones. Temporary order granted. 8 May. Final peace order hearing in Carroll County District Court. Judge Clark denies the petition for improper venue. When the court's computer system does not allow her to transfer the case to Howard County, she suggests I refile the petition there. And here I had to correct Hogue in front of the judge, because he stated several times that Judge Clark was ready to rule in his favor, and she was going to rule in his favor, and she said she was going to rule in his favor, but then she decided that the venue was wrong. Judge Clark never said such a thing. And I told the judge, you've just been lied to. And he said, well, I'm not really so concerned about what she said as I am about the fact that a complete, full-blown hearing was held. And this hearing is res judicata, which means a matter already decided.
8 May. Petition refiled in Howard County ex parte hearing before Judge Zweig. Petition denied because the judge believes Schmorfeld has a First Amendment right to comment on someone's blog when he's been asked not to do so. Of course I have a First Amendment right to comment on a blog, even when I've been asked not to do so. As the blog master, as the person in control of the blog, you have the right to block my comments. That's ultimately your right. You cannot file charges against me for conducting illegal activity. You can't do it. And that's what Judge Zweig said. Both district court denials were appealed. Today, the Howard County appeal was denied because Judge McCrone applied res judicata to the 8 May Carroll County ruling. He stated that the matter belonged in Carroll County. No, he didn't. He certainly did not say the matter belonged in Carroll County. You see, you're lying to your readers again. He said that you already had a full-blown hearing in Carroll County, and if you were going to appeal it, you would have to appeal it in Carroll County. He did not say the matter belongs in Carroll County because state law says it does not. State law says it belongs in the county where the defendant is a resident. Not the plaintiff, the defendant. You know, John, it's the same argument you made to the Howard County Circuit Court to get you out of the lawsuit that I filed against you. How are you going to argue out of both sides of your face like that? And gee, I wonder if I'll bring that up when we get before the judge. I probably will. Anyway, in a de novo hearing, the court looks at all of the evidence again, fresh, which means you can introduce whatever evidence it is you have in your defense against these allegations. A de novo hearing means that the circuit court conducts an entirely new trial, and that means that parties can call new witnesses or present new evidence. Therefore, when we get together on August 7th up in Carroll County, I can use these questions I had, if it gets that far, because I plan to make the comment again that we can't do this here because I don't live in Carroll County. Now, I'll get to what I was going to use for testimony once the Liberal Grouchcast returns.
If you enjoy this sort of old-timey, argle-bargle and foo-fa-ra, then somehow we just know you will enjoy our channel of old-time radio chills and thrills on Live 365 Internet Radio. 35 hours of Inner Sanctum Mysteries.
Lipton Tea and Lipton Soup present Inner Sanctum Mysteries. Come on in, friends. Into the Inner Sanctum. This is really a lovely place. Oh, kind of dark and cobwebby. But then the maid hasn't been around for some time. No, she was playing the numbers. Then her number came up. Why, through these portals pass some of the nicest people in the world. True, they're rather boring, but after all, they are deadheads. And I'll take a good old redhead, deadhead any
Well,
time.
now I have to go change my scanties. Make sure you have a ready supply of fresh, clean undergarments when you listen to Inner Sanctum Radio on Live 365.
And now, friends, for those of you who like morals with your drama, here's one for tonight. Never mix your partner's business with your pleasure. For if you do, he may consider it a pleasure to give you the business.
You can find the link on our homepage, www.audioauditorsarchives.com. That's all one word. Check the sidebar at www.audioauditorsarchives.com for the link to Inner Sanctum Radio on Live 365. We dare you.
It's enough to make your camera shudder. Good night. Pleasant dreams.
Gotcha! You thought he wouldn't do it now, didn't you? You thought that he'd deny it now, didn't you? Now give me what you gotta give. Give it here. Come on! Hey! Good God! Hey! Hey! You taunted me each day on this stupid website. Said I'd be the loser if we should fight. Your libel me, slandered me, dared me to, yeah. You told me the winner would always be you. Now bend down, down to the ground now, hold it. Don't try to struggle now, hold it. It'll be over soon now, hold it. Come on, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Now squeeze down on it now, hey! Good God, hey! The judge approved it, ha ha, good God. You said there's no way that a judge would approve it. You said that he'd Google me and then he'd say screw it. He saw my complaint and he issued a ruling. I can sue you for free, and I ain't fooling. Now give it here. You never should have libeled on me. Give it here. Wipe your eyes now. Give it here. Quit your whining now. Give it here. Come on. Give it here. Give it here. Give it here. Give it here. Give it to me. Good God. Hey! I gotcha. Marshal gonna serve it to you. Gotcha. And you gotta take it too. Gotcha. Give it on here. I gotcha. You thought you'd get away with it, didn't you? I gotcha. Give it on up. I gotcha. Give it on here. I gotcha. You thought you could get away, didn't you? Ha! Gotcha. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, we'll see you in court, you stupid son of a bitch.
Oh my. Jim, get in here for a minute.
Yeah, honey, what's the problem?
Look at this bathroom floor. It's covered in pee.
Maybe it was the dog.
We don't have a dog, Jim. It's just you and me, and you know it wasn't me, so that sort of narrows down the suspect roster, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're right. I just don't know what the problem is. I just can't seem to get a good stream of urine from me to the bowl.
The problem is you're not concentrating. You're not focused. Here, try this.
What's that?
That's the W.J.J. Hogue III urinal target.
I've heard of those, but aren't they just for urinals?
Don't be silly. You can put this right on the back of the toilet and use him to calibrate your urine stream.
That's right. Thanks to the scientists at the Liberal Grouch, we've developed this foolproof technique to help you calibrate your urine stream. With a WJJ Hogue III urinal target, you'll stop peeing all over the floor and make your wife a happy woman.
Gee, look at that, honey. Right between the eyes.
Good job, Jim. Now if we could just come up with some way to get you to remember to put the seat back down.
It works in toilets, too.
I took my appeal to court 'cause I am the appealing sort. He was wrong and I was right. That meant I should win the fight. Bang, bang. He shot me down. Bang, bang. I hit the ground. Bang, bang. That awful sound. Bang, bang. The judge, he shot me down. I don't think that jurist knew just who he was talking to. That res judicata bit only works when I use it. Bang, bang. He shot me down. Bang, bang. I hit the ground. Bang, bang. That awful sound. Bang, bang. The judge, he shot me down. I now think the courtroom spun. It was clear the Schmallville won. Now! Now! No! No! I need a tissue. My case is now on life support. My scheme to frame him falling short. I'll take this to the highest court because I'm the vexatious sort. Bang, bang. He shot me down. Bang, bang. I hit the ground. Bang, bang. That awful sound. Bang, bang. The judge, he shot me down. Oh, it's just not fair. Res judicata. Well, I won't be selling any more of those shirts. Oh.
You are listening to The Liberal Grouch.
He eats little boys. Puppy duck tails and big fat snails.
You do know that was never proven in court, right?
All right. Bill Schmalfeld here again, and it's been a long day already. It's anyway, let me share with you the testimony I was going to present to the court today, but like I said, the judge shot Hogue right out of his saddle. Okay, here we go. The crux of the biscuit facing this court today is, can one private citizen of the state of Maryland, not operating under color of law, demand that another private citizen of the state of Maryland forever cease a legal activity? Harassment is not a legal activity. Commenting on a person's blog is a legal activity. As long as a blog has a comment section on it, I maintain the legal right to post a comment of my own, especially when I am the subject of that blog post. Mr. Hogue, on the other hand, has the legal right to block and delete any comment I attempt to post. Mr. Hogue has complete control of his blog, which is why I find it so confusing that he claims to be annoyed and alarmed and frightened and harassed by my occasional attempt to comment on his blog. And then I was going to show some pictures, but this is an audio medium.
I was going to show some of the representations posted on Hogwash about my wife. And I continue, I show all this to the court to show that nothing Mr. Hogue ever received from me can match the horror he allowed on his blog by approving comments containing the avatars I just showed you. Oh, Hogue says, I have no control over people's avatars, and that's true. But he does have absolute control over which comments he allows to be posted on his blog. A well-timed email to the filth merchant mocking my wife's death, saying, you don't get to comment on my blog again until you change your avatar, is all he'd have to do, but he can't do it. But as we can see from his own blog post, Mr. Hogue could care less about the death of my wife. Your Honor, the reason I was hauled into Carroll County District Court in April was because in February, when Mr. Hogue announced that his wife had cancer, I violated the no-contact portion of his peace order and sent him a very politely worded email offering to act as an intermediary with the National Institutes of Health, where I worked until I retired with the Parkinson's disease in 2011. If he and his wife were interested in checking out the resources at the NIH for this olive branch, I was charged, tried, and found not guilty. Hogue's first mention of my wife's death came on his blog 2 days after she died. Things will stay on schedule. Bill Schmalfelt filed a motion asking for a delay in the circuit court hearing for my peace order petition, scheduled for next week. Then he posts a copy of the brief I filed with the court, which was asking for a humanitarian delay, as my wife was at the time in home hospice, requiring 24/7 care. He also, this goes into the whole forgery issue, so we'll save that for later. Mr. Hogue can stroll into a Carroll County Court Commissioner's office with only his word that somehow I commandeered a computer server in Brazil and used it to harass him on the day of Superstorm Sandy, and Carroll County cranks out the charging documents. Hogue was successful in getting nearly 400 charges filed against me. All, save one, were nolli prosequi. That means they declined to prosecute. The one that made it into court was the case of the offer of assistance in getting cancer information. Now, I'm not here to relitigate the motion, Your Honor. I'm not a lawyer. I believed it was sufficient to tell the court that I was caring for a dying wife and could not leave her home alone to come to court today to entertain Hogue's ego. A decent human being might say, well, she probably won't last that much longer. I can agree to a delay until, say, August 1st. Not Hogue. As he said, he had to be on the safe side. And then when Gail died on June 17th, he was nearly beside himself in glee. He referred to my wife of 27 years passing as, the situation has changed, which required him to file an addendum to his motion to oppose my request for more time. This, Your Honor, is the most cold-hearted, unsympathetic figure of a human being I have ever seen. Now, as to the issue Mr. Hogue has dragged us all here to deal with today, as Your Honor knows, the issuance of peace orders in this state is governed by Subtitle 15 of Title 3 of the Maryland Code regarding courts and judicial proceedings. Section 3-1503 lays down the 9 criminal acts that can be considered as reasons for issuance of a peace order. Out of these 9, only harassment comes anywhere near being a justification for issuance of the requested peace order. So, the court must look to see if the communication of which Mr. Hogue needs protection from qualifies under the state's legal definition of harassment. And we can stop right there, Your Honor. A comment on Mr. Hogue's blog is a peaceable activity intended to express a political view or provide information to others. Skipping ahead here a little bit. Mr. Hogue states in his application for a peace order that many of my comments were abusive. Your Honor, I used no profanity, no obscenity. I wrote what was on my mind, and this court can decide whether or not any of the messages were, in fact, abusive. Again, Your Honor, I state that Mr. Hogue has not proven that he was in any way harassed by the comments. I will admit that he wrote a letter in June 2014 telling me I was never, ever allowed to contact him. I neither responded to nor agreed with the letter. I can find no legal authority in this state or any other state whereby a private citizen can order another private citizen to cease a lawful activity. And then I was going to enter his cease and desist letter into evidence. He mentions on his peace order petition that the notice allegedly given me by Judge Rosinsky, well, we know the notice was dicta, and it was a very mild scolding from someone who had already ruled in my favor. But by what statute does Mr. Hogue claim the authority to demand I cease a legal activity? He doesn't say. He basically says in his letter, do not contact me and do not harass me. Contacting a person in a peaceable fashion is perfectly legal. Harassment is not. One may as well write, do not say my name aloud in public and do not murder me. At the bottom of the letter, Hogue unilaterally changes the terms of a mediated settlement where he named his brother as a person I could use as an intermediary for reasons of contact. You see, Mr. Hogue operates as if the law is his and his alone, to be used, bent, shaped, and forged into positions he means for it to take. Not that it is germane to this case, but I did not agree to this unilateral changing of the terms of the voluntary agreement, nor did I respond to his unilateral demand to cease contact. So then, what of his claim that I harassed him? He has not substantiated his claim. The legal elements of harassment are malicious engagement in a course of conduct that alarms or seriously annoys a person with the intent to harass or alarm the person after receiving a reasonable warning or request to stop and without legal purpose. But again, we can dispense with all of that because the contact of which Mr. Hogue complains comports with the exception in the law, quote, this section does not apply to a peaceable activity intended to express a political view or provide information to others. Mr. Hogue cannot invalidate a state statute with a unilateral declaration that I cease performing a peaceable and legal activity. And even if the court were to entertain that approach, it would have to overcome the course of conduct portion of the law, despite Mr. Hogue's best efforts to fool the courts into believing I violated his peace order. My course of conduct over the last couple years has been stomping out small fires as Hogue lights them. 368 times he has convinced a court commissioner that I contacted him with a hashtag on Twitter, which is not contact, that I have asked others to contact him on my behalf, which I have not. I've learned to avoid the trick of accidentally responding to tweets that contained Mr. Hogue's old Twitter handle without removing the @ sign in front of his handle, which he had until recently, and when Twitter permanently suspended his account for engaging in targeted abuse. My course of conduct has been arranging rides to and from Westminster as I am unable to drive, to learn the identities of people who have sent me horse feces and a jail uniform costume to harass me. You know what? I bet if you were to ask Mr. Hogue under oath, he'd have to admit he's already written his appeal of a decision that goes against him. Ready to be trotted over to, I guess in this case it would be the Court of Special Appeals. Your Honor, I have neither harassed Mr. Hogue, as harassment is defined in state law, neither have I assaulted, harmed, placed in fear of harm, raped, falsely imprisoned, stalked, trespassed on, or destroyed the property of Mr. Hogue. Therefore, this court should not reward Mr. Hogue's vexatious, vindictive misuse of this court by issuing a peace order. But like I said, we didn't even get that far. The judges decided, res judicata. And that was all she wrote.
Gloom, despair, and agony on me. Deep, dark depression, excessive misery. If it weren't for tax cuts, we'd have no fun at all. Gloom, despair, and agony on me. Obama gives our tax money away to folks who'd rather sit around all day. The harder that I work, the more I pay. And now he's made it legal to be gay. Gloom, despair, and agony on me. Deep, dark depression, excessive misery. If it weren't for tax cuts, we'd have no fun at all. Gloom, despair, and agony on me. For folks who can't afford their own health care, Obama tells the rich folks they should share. But part of being rich is you don't care. To help cure your disease ain't our affair. Gloom, despair, and agony on me. Deep, dark depression, excessive misery. If it weren't for tax cuts, we'd have no fun at all. Gloom, despair, and agony on me. Man shall not lie with man, the Bible said. If you do that, then God will strike you dead. I would not stop your right to same-sex wed, as long as you're two pretty gals in bed. Gloom, despair, and agony on me. Deep, dark depression, excessive misery. If it weren't for tax cuts, we'd have no fun at all. Gloom, despair, and agony on me. Obama is the Antichrist, I fear. For one thing, he's a Muslim and a queer. This Kenyan phony mocks all we hold dear. I'd like to shove my pecker up his rear. What? Gloom, despair, and agony on me. Deep, dark depression, excessive misery. If it weren't for tax cuts, we'd have no fun at all. Gloom, despair, and agony on me. One more time, boys. Gloom, despair, and agony on me. Deep, dark depression, excessive misery. If it weren't for tax cuts, we'd have no fun at all. Gloom, despair, and agony on me. Which one of you boys was talking about shoving a pecker somewhere?
Now here's Conway Twitty.
Well, now that matter is behind us once and for all, we can move on to other things. I don't think there's going to be a court hearing on August 7th. I plan to file a motion to dismiss between now and then, and I believe the court will say, yeah, you're right. But, if there is, we'll talk about it then. Tomorrow on the Liberal Grouch Cast, we'll resume talking about the constant struggle between good and evil in this country, and the good news that the Supreme Court today upheld Obamacare. Of course, we wait on other important cases, such as same-sex marriage and so on. But until we get together next time, stay safe, stay sane, stay sober if you care to. And remember, it's a strange, strange world, but that's kind of how it is in these end times.
Daily Show, CNN, GOP is not your friend. Christian right, sit tight, making other folks fight. When this heart, Huckabee, no thinking, ass thinking. Watch a for Sharia law, even in Arkansas. Kill a Muslim or a Hindu, what's the difference? Make a deal, fuck you, this means we lose. Nominee, not for me, why choose? Testament, the lies. Offer me some respite, offer me quietude. I decline. It's the end of all days as we know them. It's the end of all days as we know them. It's the end of all days as we know them in these end times. These end times.
The Liberal Grouch Cast is a copyrighted performance of Bill Schmalfelt, copyright 2015, all rights reserved.
This podcast is a member of the Blueberry Network. Blueberry. No E's. That's Blueberry, BLUBRRY.com. Blueberry.com.